Ramaji has provided the Anmaya of the previous mantra. And okay, he's given the Panchagnya also is given. Yeah, go ahead, Satish.
Okay, in my footnotes, very interesting. It says Jivatma Rupa is Avidya Kalpita. So that is why it is shadow. And Paramatma is Paramatma Rupa is Paramarthika, and it's a pure consciousness or Shuddha Chaitanya. That's why it is direct light. That's what it says.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, all those words which reflect the opposite nature of Jiva and Ishvara can be brought in. Thank you, Satish. Hariji, go ahead.
When there is a Vaida Bhava, that means when Jivatma and Paramatma, when we find it separate, that induces a sort of fear, is it not? That we always want to protect our Jivatma. We do most of the things because of our fear. Because we still feel that we have to protect ourselves.
Yeah, so Hariji is saying that it looks like when that fear, whatever we do is due to some fear. So there are some philosophies which actually say that, Western philosophies, and in India, our philosophy doesn't stop with that, because that's somewhat of a shallow statement. Because there are certain things I do which are not impelled by fear, but yeah, most of the main things in life, some fear of something is there. I may not know how to express it, or I may not know what that fear is, but I am afraid. I feel more secure. That artha means what? Artha is freedom from fear.
Yeah.
Artha is freedom from fear. And that artha, purushartha, is freedom from fear. Security. Insecurity, I can't have. Fear. And so that artha can be understood as abhayam. Search for abhayam. Search for abhayam. So Hariji is correct from that perspective.
That means
that there are many things I do which are not impelled by fear. And I help somebody. I help somebody. I help somebody. And helping somebody gives me joy. You know why? Just the fact that I help somebody and they thanked me itself makes me happy. I may not do it for punyam also. Some people may do it for punyam. That is okay. But here I'm saying, just for this Dishtapalam also I do. There is no fear. That action is not driven by fear. So we understand that. So yeah, we can say fear of death.
See, I help somebody. Perhaps, I mean, another way of thinking of my helping another fellow is that I am not sure whether I will be in the same situation tomorrow as he is today. So let me help him so that in case I land up in the same situation, there must be somebody else to help me. There is an inherent fear tomorrow. I am not sure that I can be free. I can be a liberated person tomorrow. So I'm always trying to protect out of fear that I don't land up in the same situation as the person whom I am going to help.
So therefore, your question is?
If he is fear, because there is Anya Bhava, not Ananya Bhava. Anya Bhava, I'm always scared.
Right. So yeah, that's correct. So I think that's it may not be obvious initially, but now that we have studied quite a bit, it should be now obvious that Dvaita Adhi Bhayam Bhavati. And so that fear is always of something else. Okay.
Yeah.
Even if somebody says I'm afraid of myself, even if somebody says that, some people might say that there could be a psychological problem. And I'm afraid of myself if they say, that means I have an idea of myself
That I'm afraid of.
and that I'm afraid of. So there is a second thing that I'm afraid of. So it's all boils down to the same. Yeah. Thank you, Hariji. Correct. So that's Dvaita, that's very clear. That's why Dvaita Dhi Bhayam Bhavati. These things, I think it is basic, but I don't know how people can't. There is this commitment to Swarga is such an important thing. You see that? My God is there in my heaven. That's a very desirable place to go. That we don't deny. But that a place is anityam. Nityam, anityam. I think we are not clear about it. We means majority of the people. It's tough because that's why Advaita is not, it doesn't appear to be easy. Give me something. Give me a pill. Give me a pill. I want a pill. Don't tell me to do Shirshasana and this asana and that asana. If you ask Narayananji, he will not give you shortcuts. He will tell you do this, do that, and then take this 3 times and then do. Migraine, you tell me what tablet I should take. That's all I want. Don't ask me to do all this. Bend the leg back and then finally if some more pain I'll have after that. That's unfortunately Advaita is like that. Anyway, well, discuss. Hemaji, go ahead.
So, Parvati is supposed to have done penance on which 5 Agnis. They are the same or they are some other 5 Agnis?
Oh my God.
Pancha-
I don't know. I don't know. You find out and let me know. I don't know. Oh, Panchagni, she's done, is it? Is that right?
yeah. Tapas Kamakshi and all, for getting Shiva, she is supposed to have done Panchagni. Tapas Kamakshi is there, Mangad Kamakshi and all, Tapas Kamakshi. She's supposed to have done, her mother says don't do that and all that, all that.
That's why she got the name
The
Uma.
Kumar Sambhavam, it comes, Kumar Sambhavam.
Okay. So some of these Vedantis are not there. Kumara Sambhavam is not a requirement. So I have not studied Kumara Sambhavam. I want to study it, but I think it is next Janma, not this Janma. It's not, I don't think, want to study Kalidasa's works. Really, I want to. But I don't know. I don't think I will have time this Janma to do any Kumara Sambhavam. You let me know. If you can find out, you please let me know. I want to know that. That Panchagni, etc. is there. And whether it is a different type of Panchagni or the same, etc. It's be nice to know what that is. Yeah. Thank you, Hemaj. Prasad ji, go ahead.
Namaste, Kumarji. So my question is on the first sloka. Just want to understand more clearly. The two which are entering into the Guha, it is Chitta and Chetana. Now, I understand that the Chetana part where it's the empirical consciousness which consumes touch, smell, fear, enjoyment, everything. Now, when it comes to the karma part of it, when it is ascribed to the chit part of it, how does it needs to be understood? Because I understand the essence or the nature of consciousness is to experience, but it only experiences through upadhi. So that's why the chetana part is clear. Now, it is said here that, okay, it is an association with that enjoyer. This is also enjoyer. So I just want to understand more clearly what is meant by that.
Yeah. So that is the key here. Association is the key. Chatri Nyaya is the key here. And because of Chatri Nyaya, the guy who does not have a Chatri also is called one who holds Chatri. And so that guy also has been given the status of having an Abdul. even though he does not have an umbrella. So that is it. That is it. Consciousness doesn't experience, doesn't do. Consciousness is akarta, abhokta.
Yeah, Kshatriya Naya, last class I missed. Kshatriya Naya, can you please explain?
You missed last class.
Yeah.
Okay, now if you miss one class in this Upanishad class, there is a lot you have missed. Kshatriya means you are standing in your house and it's raining outside. And the street is a busy street. Your house is on a busy street. And people are always walking there on the street. Vehicles also going, but people are also walking. And then you find that, how do you know it's drizzling? Because of the umbrellas you saw. The rain may not be visible that easily sometimes. And so umbrella, everybody is wearing an umbrella, holding an umbrella. Then you say, oh, everybody is holding an umbrella. But if you carefully look, only half the people are holding umbrellas. Remaining half, they don't have umbrellas. They're getting wet in the rain. Okay. But what did you just say? Oh, everybody is carrying an umbrella. You make sure to carry an umbrella. Okay. How everybody is carrying umbrella when only a few people are carrying umbrella? That means that is the nyaya. That is the logic. Guy who doesn't hold an umbrella is referred to as somebody who holds an umbrella. So this Paramatma, even though not a bhokta, is considered to be, can be considered to be a bhokta, not absolutely, not really, but just like this Kshatriya. That's all. That's all. So we don't have to break our head on this, okay? Don't say how there's no how in this. The Kshatriya should explain it. Oh, Paramatma is akarta, abhokta, period. Now Prasadji will think it over all night and all that. And next Bhagavad Gita class, he will come up with a question on this one.
No, it is now it understood in a different way. It is we are corroborating in the other direction. That's what I'm thinking. So in order to substantiate this, that has come up. So yeah, okay.
So that's what he says. If you look at the Bhaashyam, look at that. The Bhaashyam, no, in your notes, the first line, Ritam Satyam Avashyam Bhavitvat Karma Phalam Pibantau Bhavataha. Next sentence, look at Ekaha Tatra Karma Phalam Pibati. One, among the two, one experiences Karma Phalam. And then Pibati Bhunte Na Itaraha. Na Itaraha, not the other. Then how come is Upanishad wrong? Yamadharmaraja is confused? No, you have to explain. Wow, what is Yama meaning like that?
Dhanyavad.
Yeah. This. Change is in the sphere of unknown. Unknown is always fearful. I'm afraid of my own weakness. Okay. Adveshta sarvabhutanam. Okay.
For the sannyasis, first qualification for a sannyasi.
Yeah. Correct. Adveshta sarvabhutanam. Very true. And see, their Adveshta is not fear. Hatred. Dvesha is hatred. Hatred need not mean fear. There is some fear involved, okay. But hatred is hatred.
No, hatred also comes from the fear that he will be against me.
That is fine, ma. But then Dveshta does not refer to fear. Dveshta refers to hatred. We are analyzing the word, but here, Dveshta, wise person cannot have anything that he or she will say, hate. I hate this. Not possible. It's not possible because the cosmos is like that. And so he can't say, the world is better off without him, her, he might say. But this is how it is. We have to learn to deal with it. We have to maybe show some compassion and find a way to help that person, or something has to be said. So sannyasis generally will be practical people. Generally will be practical people. And their advice for us will be very useful, therefore. Practical sannyasi, if you find a sannyasi who is not practical, many sannyasis are like that. They have a vague idea of this Satyam. They won't know what Satyam Mithya is. And our Arshadya Sampradaya sannyasis are generally very practical. They will give the right advice to the people. They will not say things like, you come away, you come and study with me, and everything will be all right. All these ideas they won't give. They'll give the wrong idea. They have to assess the person properly. So what is the thing that he's asking here? Asking a very simple question. Very simple question. My daughter wants to go abroad. Is that a good idea, Swamiji? Valid question. Okay. So Swamiji has to analyze that. Should not get into a big discussion about, oh, this land is karma bhumi. How can you leave this thing? You don't know. You must know all these things. Don't you know all this? How can you send your daughter abroad? That's not correct. That's not correct advice. Even though this land is karma bhumi, all the statements are correct. But giving some vague responses to a very simple question, some sannyasis will get into this trap and they'll go on and on. And the devotees get confused, students get confused. Practicality is very important. Dharma first, then moksha. And dharma is clear. I told you the other day. That lady, she's been helping her mother all these years, and she understood that tattvam I was trying to communicate. Yesterday I was telling you this. She has no Sanskrit knowledge. She has no Vedanta knowledge, nothing. She said, I got it. That's it. So that means what? Adhikaritvam. It doesn't require us to study any Upanishad, nothing. And because tattvam is not dependent on any language or any text also. Therefore, we are practical. Only the practical person can come back and say, Sarva Bhutebhyaha Abhay. Otherwise, all these mystical ideas will be there. So, we will I keep bringing that up whenever we get an opportunity to review that. Okay, anything else? So that's why Swami Dayanandaji, Chimayanandaji, what all they did. Today's many people who are teaching today are all somehow connected to Chinmayanandaji and Dayanandaji. Parthasarathi ji, that Ramchandran and Ramuji and others have come. Okay, Chinmayananda, Sandipadi, straight, Mahasen, and some of the other big names, Bodhananda Saraswati of Michigan, straight from there. And then what? Like that, you see some of the big names today. That Chinmayanandaji and Dayanandaji, that touch is there. One of the reasons is they have made this Vedanta accessible to public. Okay, that's one thing. And secondly, their approach was very refreshing, filled with challenges, humor, and this and that. So public talks they started giving. So people found that, this is something important to us.
That too in English, they started talking.
And in English. And then practical also. Practical. Because people have we are all filled with funny ideas that we got from comic strips. Okay. about sannyasa and Parvati and Shiva, and he burnt this Kamadeva, he burnt and this and that, third eye and all. No, we have no idea. All funny comic strip ideas is all we have. At least I had only comic strip ideas. So one by one, just knocking off all those notions and not making it mystical, something very, this is all very profound. You have to sit and meditate. And God only can give all these things to you. And this is change the voice also. You have to change voice also. In order to sound mystical, you have to change the voice. Meditation has a value. Everything has a value. But make it clear. Make it clear. That clarity they provide. And so now, thanks to all of them, we are able to study so nicely. And Swamiji's greatness is that he used to be very practical, very practical. For a simple practical question, he'll give a practical answer. He will not just make us go somewhere. And at the same time, if he thinks you're taking a wrong approach, he will tell you that may not be the right thing to do for you. And he will not invite people to come to study and all. He will not do that. Person wants to study, the person will come and he will accept, of course. But never force. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Vasuparna Sayuja Sakhaya Samana. Okay. So that's, we mentioned that last time. That mantra in Mundakopanishad is similar to this mantra, Ritam Pibantau. They are the two birds example. I mentioned it in the last class. Anything else? All right. We'll pass with that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.